Edition of Fitin10. It is day 21. We are 30% into the challenge. 30%. And as I said in the beginning, that halfway mark is going to come very fast. The Cali link is up. I put it up 2 days ago, so you can book your scan. If you have not, I've got probably half of you booked. I think, or just over half of you booked. So the rest of you, let's get your scan booked in. Hopefully you're watching these videos. I'll put up another reminder in Slack and probably have to send out an email, because I don't even know if people will check Slack all the time. And you should have your notifications on. I realize that there's multiple posts that go up every day. Well, maybe not multiple, but there's at least one that goes up every day. My video, of course. So you're going to get these frequent reminders. But this is really important because I want you to be immersed in this program, right? Okay. I talked a little bit about salt yesterday. I didn't cover everything in total. I probably won't go through everything, but I talked about the importance of it for just general movement and, of course, for performance. One thing I didn't talk about is salt for keeping the blood moving through the body at an efficient medium. So what does that mean? If you have more salt in your body, that salt's obviously going to be running through your bloodstream. It will get dispersed into the cells, and the cells will use it, but a lot of it will be in the bloodstream. When you have more of the salt, the solute as we would call it, that's going to pull more water in. As a result, you get a less viscous blood. You get a thinner blood. That blood is now able to traverse your body much easier. This is easier on your kidneys, and this allows for better oxygenation in general. So these are things you probably just never think about. But we don't want the blood to be thick. We don't want it to be viscous. We want lots of water in the cardiovascular system. Okay, so let's put the heart and the blood vessels aside. We want lots of blood roaming around the body easily. This is also going to help with recovery and endurance and getting, like I said, oxygen to the cells. So very, very important. Now, when you're eating more real whole foods, you're not getting as much sodium. So this is another reason why you want to add more sodium in. And this is going to vary from person to person, but you lose an extensive amount of sodium when you sweat. Now, it's obviously not as warm as it was, a month or two ago, but you're still going to sweat, especially with the cardiovascular work. So make sure you get in your salt. Remember, as I said, if you are low in sodium and you dramatically increase your sodium, you may retain some water for a short period of time. But when your body just has to acclimate to it, to build that homeostatic response. Once you go through some time with more salt, the body just excretes it. Okay? But the overall levels will be a little higher if you're consistent with this. And that's going to help to hydrate the body a lot more. Hydration is not just about water. If you, for example, cut sodium, which is one of the major electrolytes in the body, your body is just going to expel water because you need the solute to hold the water. There's just a balance with that. So hydration is not just about water. Hydration is about water and electrolytes. Okay? In fact, you probably only make the situation worse if you keep your sodium low and you keep your water high. All right, so I need to ingrain this in your mind. Sodium is not a bad thing. Sodium is not a bad thing. It's a good thing, okay? It is a vital nutrient that you need and has a lot of functions. Arguably I can't say it's the most important, but just for locomotion, just for muscle contraction, just for nerve stimulation, which goes beyond movement. We are nerve. Our whole body is a nervous system. Everything runs, our brain is part of our central nervous system, right? Okay, so did I want to say anything else about this? If you ever feel lack of energy, like you feel like you're low in glucose, or you feel like you don't have energy at the gym, more likely, okay, unless maybe you're training on an empty stomach, more than likely it's a hydration issue. Which doesn't, like I said, doesn't mean water. It means water and electrolytes. And I've dealt with this with many people. Okay, especially when I'm dealing with competitive athletes who are on like a lower carbohydrate diet and they say, oh, I'm feeling so low in energy, I'm feeling so sluggish. I said, just add some sodium and water, just sodium and water, or electrolyte blend in water. And they feel so much better. Okay? Also, one other thing, if you're following a high protein diet, which you guys are following a high protein diet, you're going to excrete more, okay? But again, with the real whole foods are going to be lower in sodium. We need to add the sodium in, so make sure you salt your food. All right, I think I've said that enough, and that is still along the lines of supplementation for today. Macros and MyFitnessPal, I know I touched upon this yesterday, but I just want to repeat a couple things because this is really important. But always remember when you, so actually let's put MyFitnessPal aside for now. When you are asking me about calories and shouldn't calories be lower, your BMR alone is listed up here, right? Your BMR is listed alone right on your sheet, right on your scan. That is just the amount of energy it takes to keep the lights on. We're still burning energy through non-exercise activity thermogenesis, which is going to be, depending on your size and what you do throughout the day, is going to be anywhere from, 400 calories to, probably close to 1,000 calories potentially. Okay, depending on how much walking you're doing, that type of thing, how much movement you're doing. Just what I'm doing right now is taking up a lot of energy. Not a lot of energy, but it's taking up energy. So that's your non-exercise activity. So that's added energy expended beyond your BMR. So you go BMR plus, so all the energy that your BMR takes up. Mine is about 2,000. Plus my NEAT, which is probably, depending on my day, anywhere from about 400 to 600. I would say probably somewhere in there, calories per day. And then you've got your exercise activity. So whether you're doing cardio or weights or both, you're expending a lot more through there. Now, I'm doing weights almost every day. I'm gonna put cardio aside from this. I'm not doing a lot of cardio right now. So I'm expending about, on average, if it's a leg day, I'm probably expending about a good 400, possibly 500 calories. If it's an upper body day, I'm probably expending, probably around that 300 mark. So there's another 300 calories that I'm burning. And then we've got the thermic effect of food. So when you take in food, it's not like all of those calories that you're taking in are just sitting or are going to be, what's the best way for me to put this? It takes energy for the food to digest. So there's a thermic effect of fat, there's a thermic effect of carbohydrate, and a thermic effect of protein. Protein is the hardest to digest. It takes the most energy. About a third of the calories in the protein goes towards digesting the protein. When it comes to carbohydrates, it's about 6 to 8%, and when it comes to fat, it's quite low. It's about 2 to 3%. So not a huge thermic effect there, but a lot in the protein. So my point here is if you're taking in, let's say 1,500 calories, you're really only getting obviously this is going to depend on your macronutrient distribution. This is another reason why I give you a higher protein diet, among many reasons. You're going to be obviously chewing through some of that energy for just digestion. Okay? So you've got to consider all of this when it comes to weight loss. So when MyFitnessPal, when your BMR is 1,500 and MyFitnessPal is telling you to eat, I've seen it like lower than your BMR before for people. This is ridiculous. This is not a long-term solution, okay? All right, message of the day. Message of the day. All right, here are 5 things that require zero talent, because you may believe that only talented people can do well in this challenge. And I've told you before, it's not about talent, it's not about you being an athlete, it's not about you being some sort of special outlier. It's really just more in what you do. It's just execution every day. That's all it is. It's execution every day, just like any other thing that you're trying to attain in your life. So execution every day. Here are 5 things that require zero talent. Following a system, being organized, effort, preparation, and a positive attitude. Those things take zero talent. That is just execution. Well, it's will and it's execution. It's focus. That's not talent, okay? So all of you have the ability to do well in this challenge. It's a reminder to you, and you will if you follow the system and trust the process, right? All right, positive energy, positive vibes, believe in yourself, and for the love of God, give some gratitude. I'll talk to you all very soon. See you guys.